And here coming to you with a brand new video. And as you can see in my title, it's about find your own way, find your own path, create your own way. So find your own way, find your own path, create your own way. Because whenever I turn on YouTube and everybody has something to sell you, this latest business, I mean, these things are okay, but come on. Everybody wants you to be in their business. And that's all right. Because some of these businesses, I believe they can work for some of you. I do not believe they're going to work for most of you. I believe that's where the challenge is. That's just my opinion on it. So, somebody advertise this latest AI business, or they always trying to sell you to get into their business. Thanks, Christy. So they are always trying to get you to go into their business or their businesses, which I don't believe is a bad idea at all, because sometimes you just need to try out some things and see what works and see what doesn't, and that's fine. But me personally, I prefer, because no, well, maybe because I have been down that road before. I tried a couple of those businesses, and I realized that I need to find my own way. I need to find my own path. I need to create my own way, create my own path. Because what other people, what works for somebody else might not work for me. And so that's what I want to talk about tonight. I want you to look at some skills that you have, or some skills that you might have developed. You might not think of them as skills, but they are, because you spent years working on them, perfecting them, not knowing what you are doing really. But if you look back right now, you're gonna see that I think I'm good at telling jokes. Doesn't mean you want to be a stand-up comedian, but you got really good at making other people laugh. Maybe you are also in shape and you are fit. So you are in shape, you are fit, you're staying in shape, and you can tell jokes. Maybe also you can cook. Over the years, you develop your cooking techniques, despite the fact that you have never cooked for a large group of people. All right. Plain Center, how you doing? All of that. So here you go. Now, three skills you have right there: telling jokes, cooking, and you are in shape, because you have to work yourself up to get in shape. You know what I mean? I am doing well, Miles. Appreciate you. Right? So you have three things going on for you right there. You're gonna have to figure out how to put those three skills together some way, somehow, and see how you can market yourself. Logan, what's up? Miles, right on. Okay? Because that's what I learned over the years. Develop some skills, put them together, and take them to the marketplace. One person who I like to watch is a lady up in Hawaii. Her name is Kimmy Warner. And I saw how her these skills come together and work for her. And because earlier on in her life, her dad took her down to the ocean, and he was a spear fisherman. So he went onto the ocean, spearfish for the kids and the mom as well. Next thing you know, later on in life, she went to culinary school, and then she went to art school, like learn how to draw and all that good stuff. And then later on, she became a spearfisher woman, and she was able to catch fish, cook them, because she went to culinary school. And then also she was able to start drawing what she saw underneath the water. All these things begin to come together, made her who she is today. All right, right. So, these things. So look for the things that maybe you go way back into your life as a child, and you see some things that you were good at, but you lost them over the years. Revisit those things. You know what I mean? Like me, I could remember things like I was good at remembering things. You know what I mean? And then I lost that. Now I am rediscovering my love for memorizing things. Even my friend, when you were like, oh man, you could remember stuff that happens like long time ago, because I have a good memory. You know what I mean? And right? And now, I am doing that again. Relationships. I have always good at making friends. And I lost that over a period of time. I rediscovered that. So now I am back into making friends and keeping them again. Right? I have always been a fit guy. So now back into the gym, staying fit again. You know what I mean? Thank you very much, Bensonara. Appreciate you. All right. Go back, look into your life. Look at the things that you love when you were kids, or maybe things that you grow to love later on in life. Start looking at those skills and start putting them together and use them to develop yourself and make yourself better and bring you to the marketplace. People are interested in you if you make yourself become interesting. Okay? So this is why you're going to have to start working on those skills, and you will see, you know, how much more uh, 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 um I would say how much more better you feel about yourself, because this is something here which we don't really think about. How you feel about yourself, that is how the world is going to respond to you. Okay? You can't cover this stuff up. You can hide it all you want. But understand something here. People are going to see you the way how you see yourself. You cannot go around this stuff. And this is why I am telling you guys, how, to get into the self improvement, the self development, work on yourself, develop yourself, become better than how you are right now. A great place to start is going down to the gym. It's a great place to start. But we need some more skills to help, you know, back up the fitness, because so many people are in fitness these days. I'm not saying you cannot make it in fitness, not saying that. But so many people, it's like oversaturated. So many people in fitness. A couple more skills, combined with your fitness will probably most likely get you to be recognized. All right. And that's something that I want a lot of you to take into consideration. Think about it. Think about it. And stop trying to bind to everybody else's business. Everybody has a business to sell you. This is the best business since sliced bread. It might be. But how about you develop your own business? Create your own business from scratch. How about you do that? How about you find your own, how about you build a business around what you like? Because it's true, these people are, they might be selling something good, and that's okay, and that is understandable. They might be selling something good. Is it for you? We have to ask that question. Is the business that these people are selling, is it for you? If not, then you need to look elsewhere. Our goal here in the future is to earn more money. That is our goal. Some people might not like to hear that. Oh, are you doing this for money? Yes, that's part of it too, sir. And if you don't like it, that's okay. How are we going to earn money? We're going to have to exchange a product or a service, add some type of value to somebody else's life, and they will pay us for it. What do you have to bring to the marketplace? You do not have a product or a service. You know what you have? You have you. And that's what you are going to take out there into the world. Let people get to like you, to trust you, want to have a relationship with you. Make sure you're a good person, because you see, scumbags and slime bags, I don't deal with people like those, because they are just there to make me and you look bad. Certain doors that we could walk through easily and effortlessly, quickly, the slime bags and the scumbags have those doors closed, because these people become, they don't trust anybody anymore. Because scumbags go in there, slime bags go in there, and they mess it up for me and you. This is why everywhere I go, I try to leave a good resume, a good footprint. So that way, especially me in my skin color, I have to know how to play it. Is this something I want to say? No. But it's true and it's reality. When I show up there as a black person, I want to be the best person in that department, in that room. I'm not going to leave a negative review for the people who, is going to come after me. Let them screw it up. I'm not going to screw it up for them. They can screw it up for themselves. People are good at making hell for themselves. I don't need to do that for them. So this is where you develop yourself, work on yourself, make yourself more better, make yourself more presentable, more respectable. People want to be around you, they want to be in your life, but if you do not show up and also leave a good impression, you might just mess it up for the next person. Hopefully, if you're gonna mess it up, you mess it up for some criminal who's gonna come next. I'm okay with that, but we do not know if the other person who's gonna come in, if they are criminal or not. So this is why we're gonna have to. Hey, Luis. So this is why we're gonna have to leave a good impression on those people who allow us to be in their lives, because yes, they allow us to be in their lives. No, you do not own those people's lives, and they didn't have to bring you into their lives, but they do. And we need to respect them and appreciate them and thank them for allowing us into their lives. I don't care what you're going to tell me here. You are not entitled to be in other people's lives, right? And that's just how it's going to go. So we're going to have to do the self work. So some things that I love over the years, I was talking about earlier. I said memorizing was one of them. I like to memorize things. I was good. I have a great memory growing up. I kind of lost that over the years. So now I'm working on it, rebuilding it right now. Education. I have always been a big fan, a big lover of education, reading. But we are going to read for two specific reasons right now. Two reasons we're going to read for. We're going to read to memorize the information that we saw in front of us in the books. And the second reason why we are reading is to rewrite the subconscious programs. Two reasons why we're reading. The side benefits of those, you got smarter, your vocabulary got better, and you also can become a more interesting person based off of the information that you read, you consume, right? But the two reasons why we're talking about reading right now: memorizing and rewriting the subconscious programs. This means repetition has to come into play. It is not necessarily easy. It can be boring and monotonous. It can be a very um, arduous task, because you have to read the same thing over and over and over. Many times. You have to repeat reading the same thing over and over and over. Louise, I'm great. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Appreciate you. Oh, Louise, you came back with a confidence thing again? I think we talked about this last time, Louise, about you becoming confident. I am gonna assume you weren't on the video earlier on when I was talking. So here are some things that helps me, Louise, over the years. Take a look at your life. Go back and look at some things that you were good at earlier on in your life, or later on in your life, whenever you develop those skills. Look at those skills, and I want you to start working on those skills. Maybe it's telling jokes, you know, maybe it's been cooking, maybe it's been, you love outdoors, you love out in the woods. These are things that I want you to start doing more of. And go down to the gym. Get to the gym. Start working out. Big one. So freaking important that you go to the gym. I personally prefer hybrid fitness. This means working out plus running, put the two together, and it will transform your life. Today is day 518 days since I have been out there on the grind, putting in the work every single day. I do not know if you are that committed, if you are that dedicated, if you are that disciplined. I do not know. And if you are that consistent, we don't know. But you need to develop the consistency, the commitment, the discipline, and that will help you, plus action, and that will help you to propel a little bit further ahead of where you are right now. You have enemies. There must be something going on with you because you have enemies. And that's okay. Some people do have enemies, and that's all right. I don't necessarily have any enemies, and I do not want to live anywhere near my enemies either. I'm trying to run away from these bastards. I don't want them anywhere near me. You know what I mean? Great. So there you go. Public servant. That means you might meet a lot of people. So you might have some social skills, some people skills. That might be something you need to work on and perfect it, get it better. You know. So working on becoming better than how you are right now. Put some skills together. Put at least 3 skills together and see how that can help you to push you up and lift you up and make you a lot better than how you are right now. Okay? Personal development. Oh, sure. We are all afraid. But the thing with me is I feel the fear and I still push through. I really don't care how dangerous it becomes. I am still gonna push through. And this is why I do not mess with the wrong people. It seems like you are messing with the wrong people there. I don't. I don't bother them. I don't mess with them. But I am not going to sit down and live my life in fear either. Have some guy coming looking for me. You know what I mean? So this is why you're gonna have to do better than how you are doing right now. Luis, you can't just sit down, whine and cry and complain. That is of no help to you. Yep, you're gonna have to learn how to fight. I do not know about those third world countries like Panama. I don't know how you people live in those countries. you know, I am from one of those third world countries and I have to run away from them. I did. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I ran away from that country. You know what I mean? Yeah, I couldn't take it at all. When I look back and I saw, when I sat down and I observed my surrounding in my area, I'm like, I need to go. Eventually I got out, and here I am today sitting down around this computer here talking to you. So you're gonna have to get out of the way, get out of the way, what? But you cannot just sit down and don't do anything at all. You have to change your life. You have to put in the work. You have to make the change. You have to do something about it. You have to become better than how you are right now. I do not know what you are going through, but at some point, you're going to have to do something about it. If there is a problem, you're going to have to also look for the solution. We cannot, we can't just sit down here talking about problem. Solutions are also important. And this is why I said, create your own path. Become better than how you are. You might not have the money right now, but at least you will be ahead of where you were if you start doing this work. If you start rewriting the subconscious programs, which takes lots of repetition, memorizing, if you start going down to the gym, put on some muscles, get in shape, get fit, get healthy, stay healthy. When you get on the grind, you gotta stay on the grind. You gotta stay working. Even when it's hard, and the days when you don't want to get up and go out there and go do the work, get up and go do it anyways. You don't want to read, get up and go read. You don't want to do the reading reps, because I do not like the idea of reading. I think it is unproductive. I prefer you read the same thing over and over and over and over. Yep, you need to go to the gym. Yep, Go to the gym, figure out, how can you get some people who understand legalese to help you, you know? That's what I mean. Yep, we are all afraid. But there's no damn way on earth I'm gonna let fear stop me. The fear can get crazy all at once in my head, but I'm gonna still moving forward and still push forward. I'm gonna try to eradicate as much of the fear as I possibly can. You know? So you have freedom. The freedom to move around. I don't believe there is nowhere on earth where you can't walk around. I'm not sure if there's any country in this world where you cannot walk around. Every single country, you can move from your house to your job, from your house to family members, and so forth. Every country, you can do that. All right, cool. So you have people on your legal team helping you. That's awesome. All right. Yeah. Everywhere you go, you can. So I don't believe in I am not free. It is BS. Like I hear people complain all the time. Oh, this person, this and that person, that. They cannot stop you. All right. Right on, Louise. Appreciate it. I mean, I'm glad to hear that. People cannot stop you at all. They just can't. If you decide to do the work on yourself, by the way, because you see, you can work on everything else. You can work on whatever else you want to work on. If you do not work on yourself, you are going to be in some serious trouble later on down the road. Yeah, we don't. I don't care how powerful these people are. I will take on if I have to. Some people I avoid them, but the ones that I have to fight, no choice but to fight, I'm gonna fight. You know what I mean? You don't forget fear. You learn to live with the fear and understand the fear, and then do what you need to do to protect yourself. That's okay. You know what I mean? So, find your own way, find your own path. Um, create your own way, create your own path. This is something that I want a lot of you to get good at. Some years ago, when I started up on this journey here, trying to become a welcome Luis, become better than how I was. And I started one business. And after I started, I realized I did not like this business at all. I'm like, oh God, I've been through all of this just to not to like this business. I don't know. I did the work. I did everything. I got it all done. Everything was set up. Everything was, I quit that because I didn't like it. Then later on, I started up another business, and I realized that I'm losing the joy that I had for it in the beginning. So I have to eventually quit that. Not really. That's something I thought about. I'm gonna have to do later on down the road, Louise. But we'll see how that goes. So that business didn't work out either. And then I fell on my face. I got back up and I'm thinking, what do I do now? And then it dawned on me, why don't you come up with your own way? Why don't you create your own way? And that's what I have been doing, working on creating my own way. It takes a lot of time because you do not have a whole lot of people around you. Get started anyways. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing. So now I figure out, how do I want to serve? I see the areas where I can serve in and help in. And that's what I've been working on. So that's all I have for you for tonight, folks. Don't forget the personal development, the personal growth, the journey. You have to develop yourself. You have to work on yourself. And you have to learn how to let some things go and become better than who you are right now. All right. Thank you very much. Take care and you have a good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Appreciate y'all. Thank you all for being here. Bye bye. Have a good night.